Good morning, everybody. At least it's morning when I'm making this. Today we're going to build on my success of my mac and cheese that I did. I discovered a way of making macaroni and freeze drying it, and that you can rehydrate it in 4 minutes and get a nice al dente noodle, not a chewy macaroni noodle. So if you guys haven't checked out that video, it's called mac and cheese problem solved. And the macaroni, I've had a couple people reply back saying that they tried it and it worked for them as well. It's really a great way to have mac and cheese, or mac and anything really, and not have a chewy noodle. So today we are going to try and build on that success. I've never done this one before, so hopefully it'll work out. But what I have here is a pound of fettuccine that I cooked up according to the box directions. Let me get this in the refrigerator and then we'll get to making our chicken. And the chicken's going to be real easy. All we're going to do is, I got a 3-pound package of chicken breasts here, boneless, skinless. And all we're going to do is line the bottom of our crock pot with these breasts. Then what I'm going to do is add a cup of water to that. And about a tablespoon of better than bouillon roasted chicken base. Kind of mixing it in with the water just a little bit, so all the breasts get some of that on there. And that's all the preparation we're going to do for now. I'll put that lid on that, and we're going to put that on low, and we're going to cook that for about 8 hours. And since this is an experiment, I didn't want to get too fancy with my sauce. And to be honest with you, in real life, I'd use bottled sauce anyway. I didn't feel like making my own sauce, so I've got 2 bottles of Prego roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo sauce. We'll be using that in the end. I got 2 of these. But we're going to cook our chicken first. So next time you see this, it'll be 8 hours of cooked chicken. So in the slow cooker on low heat. So I'll see you in 8 hours. Okay, it's been 8 hours on my chicken. Let's get that shredded. So I'll get this all shredded. Look at that, tender, nice and tender. And I'll be right back. Alright, now we're going to take our 2 jars, and these are the smaller jars of Prego. Let's see, 14.5 ounce jars of my Prego roasted garlic Parmesan. We're going to put that in the crock pot with all those drippings, because that's a lot of flavor. Alright, we want to take our chicken and dump that back into the crock pot. Give that a good mix. And that's looking pretty good. Alright, I'm going to put that back on low. And we're going to let that cook for another hour, just to incorporate the chicken with that beautiful sauce we just put in. So I'll see you in another hour. Alright, that's been an hour of that, just warming up in there. Let's turn that off. Give that a stir. Lovely and creamy. And let's fill up our trays. Now this is a medium tray, so we're going to want to try and get 2.5 pounds on there. I'd like to end up with 2 full trays. We did 3 pounds of chicken, 4 or 5 roughly pounds with that, with the sauce. Obviously we probably lost some weight in cooking, but that should be roughly 5 pounds. But what I'm going to do, since this is getting full and I'm getting low there, we're going to stop it at 2 pounds. I'll fill my next tray up and see what we get. We'll balance them out. Be right back. Alright, so it's just slightly over 2 pounds in each of these 2 trays. So I'm going to put my dividers in there like that. Alright, so there's my 2 trays. They're still very hot, so I'm going to let those cool down. I'm going to wash all this up and clean up, and then we'll get these in the freezer, getting them start freezing solid, and then we'll take our noodles out of the refrigerator that have been in the refrigerator soaking in water all this time, and we'll tray those up. So I'll see you for the noodles. Alright, there we have it, my chicken Alfredo with roasted garlic and Parmesan. Gone for 40 hours in my Harvest Right freeze dryer. So let's get this packaged up. And the real test is going to be if these noodles reconstitute. What I have here is I finally got through all my Ziploc bags. So I just bought the sandwich bags with the fold over, and we're going to use that instead of the Ziplocs. We're going to put those in my in my sandwich bags. And just kind of break that up like that. And stick that in the top of my bag. Like that. That's going to be a tight fit to get that to zip, but we'll get it to zipped once we put an O2 absorber in there. So I am going to get this packaged real quick off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, we had a disaster. So I didn't include, I've cut out me freeze drying the fettuccine kind of from the video. Because when I did my taste test on this off camera, the fettuccine just would not reconstitute. And I was very disappointed in that, because I did my macaroni and cheese trick of putting it in the fridge overnight in water, and the macaroni comes out great. I've had a few comments on that video saying other people have tried it and it does work great, but it don't work for fettuccine. So I had to go out, and rather than mess around, I went out and bought some egg noodles, because I know egg noodles do well. So we're going to package it that way again, only this time with egg noodles. So what I have is a single mil pouch. We're just going to put 2 squares of these noodles in the pouch. And then my bag of chicken Alfredo powderized, kind of. just crushed up a little bit into the bag like that. I got 10 more to do here real quick, and then we'll come back and do a taste test. I'll see you then. Okay, so let's get this taste test going. I'm hungry. I didn't heat seal that one for my test bag. There's my chicken Alfredo, my O2 absorber, my egg noodles, because my fettuccine, the texture just was not right. I mean, the fettuccine came out edible in a pinch, but it was a bit chewy, and I don't want chewy noodles. I want something nice. So, there's my egg noodles. I'm going to go ahead and put a cup of hot water in there, straight out of my Keurig, which is almost boiling. We're going to Ziploc that shut and just give that 2 minutes to start rehydrating on that, and I'll see you in 2 minutes. Alright, that's been exactly 2 minutes. Let's open that up. Give those a nice little stir. Kind of check on the texture of my noodles. Definitely need that extra 2 minutes, so seal that shut and give that 2 more minutes. I'll see you in 2 more minutes. Alright, there we go. That's 2 more minutes for a total of 4 minutes. Stir that up. Give that a check. Oh yeah. We're going to drain off this water, this hot water. Alright, and I'm going to put my Alfredo in there, chicken, give that a mix. That's very dry, so now we're just going to add enough water in there to where we get it the texture we want it, which I like mine a little bit saucy. I might just put that whole cup of water back in there. I think I will. Give that a mix. We're going to let that sit for another minute just to let that chicken rehydrate. It won't take long. So I'll see you in a minute. Alright, so that chicken's had a minute to rehydrate, and that makes it a total of 5 minutes. If you count the noodles, I'm just mixing this up now. Get that sauce nice and mixed in with the noodles. I didn't want to stir it too much when I put the chicken in, because then all the chicken would break up and turn to powder. So we're doing the stirring after that chicken has a chance to soak up some water and become one, not turn to dust. Because then nobody wants dusty chicken. Alright, there you go. Does that look delicious? This is a single meal pouch. I haven't told you guys this in a while, so I'll like to plug a great company. This is a single meal pouch that I get from topmylar.com, and it's a beautiful pouch. I buy them by the case, and the reason I like these is because they're a shallow pouch. I can stick my fork in there, reach all the way to the bottom, and eat this right out of the pouch. It's perfect for camping, hiking, or emergency situations where you don't want to clean a dish, you know, taking to the office and eating it right out of the pouch. Add some boiling water. They're just perfect for that. topmylar.com. And Top Mylar is a small family-owned company here in America, made in America, and they have been very generous in offering you, the viewers, a discount. So, if you purchase from topmylar.com and spend $50 on or more on checkout, if you use the promotion code BIBS, B-I-B-S, then you'll save $5 on orders of $50 or more. And that is super generous of them, and I really, really appreciate that. And I hope you guys appreciate it, because you get the benefit from that. And I get the benefit from them, you know, promoting my product on their website. They have been promoting my new recipe book, actually, and that was nice of them too. Just a beautiful company. I love working with them. Super fast shipping. Never had an issue with them. I love them. So, that being said, let's dish this up and see what it tastes like. Oh yeah. Does that look delicious? Well, let me tell you what. It sure smells delicious. Let's get some more of that sauce on there. I won't get it all. That looks delicious. And I'm hungry. Let's see how it came out. Oh man. Oh man, it is just so full of flavor. This is gorgeous. This, my friends, is a meal for a king. Before I eat all this, I want to let my brother have a taste of this, because it's really good. I'll be right back. I got the seal of approval from him. He liked it too. The noodles, he said, came out really well, which they did. Egg noodles normally do. So, some of you might be saying, well, I used that Prego bottled Alfredo sauce and it's high in fat. But I did the math on that, looking at their how many grams are in a jar, how many servings you get per jar, and then how many grams of fat are in a serving, and it works out to be about 10% fat. Now, to put that in perspective, I just recently opened a package of Japanese curry that I freeze-dried 3 years ago. And when I freeze-dried that and I packaged that originally, there was an oil skim on my mats. So I wasn't sure that would last at all. This chicken Alfredo didn't leave any oil on the mat. But the curry did. And I opened that up 3 years later, and that tasted just like the day I made it. So, I'm thinking, to be safe, because I don't want to mislead you guys. I mean, we'll put these away and we'll see in the future, but that's a long time from now, that we can get 10 years out of this. That would be a safe bet. With a good, thick 7mm Mylar bag, not in a jar, because you want to keep the sunlight off of it. And with a good O2 absorber, I put 300cc O2 absorbers in all my pouches, and a great seal on that Mylar pouch. So all that being said, I would guess 10 years. Probably more, but to be safe, 10 years. I'm very confident we'll get 3 years, because like I say, the curry lasted 3 years and it was oilier than this was. So hopefully that puts your mind at rest a little bit and don't stop you from trying this. Because this came out delicious. That was a roasted garlic Parmesan Alfredo sauce. And man, it hits the spot. My chicken and my noodles will all come back beautifully. I would have liked to have the fettuccine, but no, it wasn't that good. So I just gonna sit here on my little old lonesome and eat my lunch. And I probably ought to do that off camera, because you probably get tired of watching me eat food. But I just enjoy eating it. I enjoy the whole process. And I enjoy the successful ones when I look back at that and say, man, I got that put away. And in a pinch, when I'm short on money, I go open one of those up and have a beautiful meal. An emergency situation, power outage, sunspot, any other natural disaster or unnatural disaster, I got food put away, and it's not going to be boring, all beans and rice and beans. This is gorgeous. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Sorry about the mistake on the fettuccine. I wish it had worked too. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you for watching.